and welcome to Grounded Health and Wellness. My name is Kate, and today I wanted to just give you a quick video on kind of my Ayurvedic hacks as we go into the holiday season. So, as you are receiving this video, if you're watching close to real time when it was recorded, we are just kind of ending off the first week of December. So, getting into that busy kind of hustle and bustle of the holiday season with all kinds of to-do lists and all the things. So I thought this would be a good episode to just kind of put some of my real life Ayurvedically infused hacks into a quick video and seeing if that would be helpful for you. So the first one I always like to share with clients and friends and people who are even willing to listen to these types of, kind of ways of living is there is this kind of focus on meals and gathering at this time of year. So whether or not that's a holiday party or if it's a festive meal that you're sharing with loved ones and friends, a lot of that tends to gear towards the evening times. Sometimes that's just a function of living as far as, people are working during the day. They're not available during daytime hours. So, what I like to try to recommend is in Ayurveda, there's this big focus on ability to digest our food, right? So, everything is around digestion, not just from a dietary perspective, but a lifestyle perspective. So, one of the things that really helps with that, especially in this type of season when we may be indulging in foods or treats that maybe our bodies aren't used to having all the time, you want to do this earlier in the day. From a circadian perspective, we only really want to be eating when the sun is out. So where I live, the sun is rising just before 8 o'clock, and then it's actually setting just before 4:30. So that's a very kind of shorter window when you're thinking about socializing with people and how you can incorporate that in. But maybe you're moving your get-togethers more towards a brunch or a lunch even instead of a dinner or things that run into the evening hours. The reason why this is helpful is our digestive capacity is higher in the middle of the day, kind of from when the sun is at its highest point. So your body is able to really work through that capacity of what we're giving it with these meals and mixing of foods and treats and all the things. So kind of shifting traditions to maybe more of a earlier day celebration or gathering would be a really great tip. To help with your digestion. So that's kind of my first one because digestive struggles have obviously been a lifelong kind of experience for me. And so I share that one because that one has been kind of very helpful, the top of the list for me. All right, next up is gift giving. So if you do exchange gifts at this time of the year, I like to encourage things that are a little bit more experience focused. So instead of just another item that's going to get placed in your space, perhaps it's an event or going to theater or exploring maybe a new hike or a provincial park or something that you enjoy doing. It could be things like going to the movies or bowling or any of those kind of activities that do bear a cost, but you're giving them as a gift so that you get to experience it with that person, hopefully, or that person is taking that experiential gift and using it with someone that they will enjoy. So that kind of creating memories versus another material object is kind of a beautiful thing. The other thing that I also like to recommend is homemade gifts. So Ayurvedic blends, like when we take the spices and they're actually called churnas, but when you're mixing all of these spices, you can actually gear them to the season we're in or that particular person that maybe which dosha is out of balance. Is a really beautiful idea to kind of gift those, and then they can use them in their cooking for the year ahead or however long it takes them to run through those. Or maybe even just a homemade treat that that person would enjoy. So something that you have prepared with kind of intention and love and well-sourced ingredients. So you're kind of in control without getting some of these muckier things that show up in commercialized products. So that's also a great idea. All right, another kind of pastime that I really personally enjoy a lot around this time of the year is making a warm drink. So whether that's tea or you're just sipping on hot water, and go out into the spaces where all the hustle and bustle of the holidays are happening. So, markets, or walking down like a little shop that's lined with streets, and just kind of feeling and being part of that beautiful energy that can come around this time of year, but you're not necessarily in the hustle and bustle. So instead of participating in that buzz of maybe shopping and running around with errands or the like, just kind of bear witness to the energy that is going on and try to enjoy that from an observer versus kind of being enmeshed in the situation. I know my partner and I love to kind of walk around the malls this time of year when we aren't specifically shopping, just to kind of see the decorations, the lights, see people kind of buzzing about, and you'll get a feel of that energy. Sometimes it can be negative energy, but for the most part, this time of year seems to bring a little bit more lightness in that frenetic energy that's going on. So I really kind of like to explore that as a pastime this time of year. And then I think the last one that I would really hold on to as far as like a lifestyle tip, this doesn't just have to be for this time of year, but I find that it's one that personally works very well in my kind of Pitta Vata constitution of wanting to get all the things done. Let's do all the things, but let's go slow with the things. So try not to overload your plate all at once. I like to start kind of gathering my gifts for my loved ones over the course of the month instead of kind of going out and doing it all in one shot. I find that more easeful for my nervous system instead of feeling like there's this grand rush or I have to get everything done. The same thing goes with any shopping that needs to be done for the house. So whether it's groceries or ordering particular foods or things that you like to enjoy into the home, just try to kind of spread that out instead of boxing it all in. That can really help pacify our vata dosha, that dosha of air and ether where things are moving, and it can start to kind of create a little bit of anxiety or a feeling of being rushed. So that I really like is just to kind of spread things out, pick away at it, and it always comes together. So regardless of maybe this fear or anxiety around having all the things done and making sure, everything is just the way you want it actually all comes together. So taking a moment to really just kind of step back from that high speed pace, it's beautiful for your nervous system as well. So taking a few steps back, slowing things down, going slower than maybe normal, and just see if that shifts things for you for the upcoming holiday. I hope those tips have been helpful. Be sure to like the video at the end and subscribe so you can continue to get these little snippets of tips that I like to share with each of you each week. And until next time, we'll see you then.